Okay, so a little while ago, or a couple of weeks ago rather, I started doing the ultimate book tag, but there were so many questions that I decided to divide them into two sections, part one and part two. Today we're going to go over part two. But first, as you can see, we have a whole new setup going on over here. There are reasons as to why we have a whole new setup, but I just thought I would quickly show you what's going on and why everything looks so different. Okay, so it's important for you to know that I'm not doing a bookshelf tour here. I'm just showing you genres and that's it. I'll do a bookshelf tour later on in the year where I show you specific books that I have. But the very top row of the left-hand side bookshelf has all my Vampire Academy stuff and a couple of select fantasies right there towards the end. Then in this square here, we have my contemporaries. This square over here, we have some other random fantasies. Up over here, we have some books that I either haven't read or, we have some books that I either haven't read or that are duplicates. Down here, I have my Harry Potter and Selection series collection with a nice little golden goblet there. That is something that I inherited from my grandfather when he passed away. I just thought it was really beautiful and really appropriate. Okay, so we're literally just going a shelf lower for either side. Okay, so over here we have my dystopians that aren't including the selection. Over here we have a bit of a mismatch, pish-posh kind of deal where I have some sci-fis and some thrillers and a whole lot of other stuff there as well. It's a bit unorganized. This is my TBR still to be read books, while this side at the bottom is TBR that I have already read, including my DNFs, because I like to have them there for my monthly wrap. And that's all for that side of the shelf. On this side, we have up here my Brandon Sanderson collection. I also have a little sword over there, which I'll try and prop up for you guys. Okay, I'm going to need to find something in future to hold it, but this little thing right here is a little kind of sword thing. I also inherited this from my grandfather, so it's just really beautiful. I'm really happy that I have a whole shelf dedicated to Brandon Sanderson because I absolutely love him, and it was hard with the bookshelf on the left to put all the books there, all standing up and displaying some of them as well. The shelf lower to that, this shelf here is it's more books that I haven't as yet read. And this shelf down here on the bottom, this is my DNF'd books. So books that I picked up and haven't yet read. So just to clarify the difference, the books over here that are laying down flat, these are books I DNF'd this month. These are books that I've DNF'd prior to this month. Now, you probably already noticed this, but part of the reason why things are a little bit squishy now, having two bookshelves, is because my bed is literally right here. So I'm kind of crammed in a little bit and I don't really have a lot of room. But the reason why I have two bookshelves, one there and this is the new one, the one there, is because I have too many books. And so I needed another bookshelf. All right, now that's all explained, let's move back to our regular programming. Oh, but before we do, just very quickly, that's how it looks with my chair there, so yeah. Anyway, in case you were wondering where I got these shelves, this new one I got from Fantastic Furniture in Australia. They don't actually sell to people overseas internationally, which is unfortunate. I don't remember where I got this one from. I'll have to do some research on that one and where I got it from prior to doing my bookshelf tour. Okay, now we'll do the ultimate book tag. Okay, welcome back, and if that was a little preview for me of how tough it's going to be to do a bookshelf tour, honestly, I get why people only do them once a year, because that was not easy to do. But let's move on. We are here for part two of the ultimate book tag. If you have not seen that, the part one for the ultimate book tag that I did earlier, I'm going to try my best to do a card. I don't edit, but I found out how to do cards. So it either goes here or it goes here. This is my left and this is my right. So I'll work that out and hopefully next time I can just perfectly point to where it is. All right, now let's go on to part two. Okay, question number 13. What is your favorite classic book? Now this is a very interesting question because I don't really read a lot of classics. So I guess maybe, kinda, we might be able to call the Harry Potter series a classic. And if we can, then this is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, but it is not my favourite of the Harry Potter books. This is my favourite Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, not to be confused with the film Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? No, not at all. The book is so much better. The film is terrible, but the book is really, really good. Do not allow your disappointment of the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire film to stop you from reading this book. But even if you love the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire film, the book has so much more to it, so you're going to love it even more anyway. Attack of the Harry Potter books, and it's only day 1 of filming with this new setup. Oh my gosh, am I just going to need to move a bit? Seriously, did you guys see that? If I was a good editor, I would rewind and say, let's play that again. But if you want to play it again, I'll try and put a timestamp below so you can rewatch that over and over and over again. Seriously, of all the books, my Harry Potter books attack me? What the heck's going on here? Maybe they just didn't want the shout out. Question 14. What was your best subject in school? My best subject in school, okay, there's 2. So English transferring then forward into English literature. I really enjoyed myself over there. While we also read poems as well as novels, and I'm not really a poem fan. It's just not my personal taste. I really enjoyed being able to discuss literature. I had a lot of fun with it. My second best subject at school was drama. I went to a school that offered drama, theatre studies, music performance, and dance, and I took all of them and had a lot of fun. I had a blast, so there you go. Question 15 is a long one, so I'll use my prompter for this. If you were given a book as a present that you read before and hated, what would you do? Look, I mean, I was raised to be polite and to show gratitude, so anytime that I would receive a book, even if I did hate that book, I would thank the person for giving it to me. So yeah, I would still say thank you very much, and then I would put it on my bookshelf, and I might eventually give it away in a competition, but yeah, I would still very much appreciate the fact that someone had taken the time to learn enough about me to want to buy me a book. Yeah, am I crazy? Question 16. What is a lesser-known series that you know of that is similar to Harry Potter or The Hunger Games? Well, isn't that hilarious since we just had Attack of the Harry Potter? I mean, seriously. We can just, create book 9, Mr. Fancy reads and the Attack of the Harry Potter books. But anyway, I do have both of them. Here they are. Book 1 for Harry Potter. Let's hope the shelf doesn't attack me. And book 1 of The Hunger Games. I love both of them. I gave them both 5 stars. For this one, even though it's not really lesser known, although it might be, I'm going to go with Divergent. And the reason I'm going with Divergent is because Harry Potter has houses that the students are sorted into. Divergent sorts its people into factions. The Hunger Games is a dystopian. Divergent is a dystopian. So my most book that is like these two is this one. Oh, by the way, all of these books received 5 stars from me because I enjoyed all of them. I did not necessarily love the second book in this and this series. The second book in Harry Potter, I did give 5 stars to, however. Question number 17. What is a bad habit you always do beside rambling while filming? I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's a question I should just be asking you guys. What's a bad habit that I have when I'm filming? I don't know, maybe saying maybe nervously laughing at the end of every video. I don't know. I mean, there we go with the laughter again. Alright, I honestly don't know. Feel free to comment below and let me know what you think the answer is to that question as we move on to question 18. Okay, I'll give you 3 of my favourite words, question 18, which are conundrum, because I love the way that it sounds. Conundrum. Second one, intriguing, because I use it a lot and I always have trouble spelling it for whatever reason. And my third one is tetrahydrocannabinoid because I can say the word. So the longer the word is, the more I love that I can say it. I am someone who, outside of reading, follows a lot of tennis, particularly the women's tennis tour, and the names that some of these female tennis players have, especially their surnames, it's so much fun to be able to try and pronounce them and just have it roll off your tongue, like Eroda Tulyaganova, for example, and just other names, like that. Okay, so we're entering into a this or that segment of these questions. So, question number 19, this or that, vampires or fairies? Well, I don't think it's fair to judge because I haven't read a fairy book yet. In the last week of August 2020, I'm going to be reading Pan's Labyrinth. So this will be my first fairy book that I've read. Actually, I got that wrong. I'm going to be reading Pan's Labyrinth at the end of this week. Yeah, by the time this goes up, this week. So I'm intrigued to read that. But at the moment, I have read quite a few vampire books, including Vampire Academy, which is up here. You saw it all of them earlier. So at the moment, I'll say vampires only because I haven't read any fairy books. But once I read a fairy book, I'll let you know. Question 20 is this or that, shapeshifters or angels? I guess it depends upon the plot, but most of the time I'm going to go with angels because I do find them to be very intriguing especially when it comes to literature and the author's interpretation of the world they've created and how they are dealing with these angels and what they're using them for. An example of this is actually behind me. It's the second book that I've read this year, which is Personal Demons. That does include an angel. That was kind of interesting. Let's say it again, kind of interesting. But yeah, shapeshifters can be interesting. I don't think I've come across a yes, I have come across a shapeshifting book, Mistborn, which is very much out of frame, and I don't like that it's out of frame. There you go. Hello. Are you going to attack me? Because if you fall... If this book falls, I'm going to feel bad for the book more than me because this was not an easy book to find. Okay, let's move on so we can do this quickly and hopefully Mistborn doesn't fall. Spirits or werewolves? Okay, what do you mean by spirits? Like, I'm lost with what that means because spirits can be different things. So I'm lost with what that means. So just owing to that, I'm going to go with werewolves because I don't know what spirits is. So, yeah. Question 22. This or that, zombies or vampires? This is very easy. Very easy. I think I hurt my Mistborn book. I'm sorry. Very, very easy for me to do. Vampires all the way. Zombies? I know that there is a zombie fan base out there, and I am not trying to disrespect anyone who is a zombie fan. With all due respect, I find the whole zombie genre rather boring. People coming back from the dead and their main objective is to eat brains, and I don't know, it's just... I'm very happy to watch a zombie horror movie to prove that I don't get scared at horrors because zombies don't scare me. But yeah, I just know if I find that a book is about zombies, I'm gonna put it down. I don't want to read it. Just to me personally, I find the whole idea of people coming back from the dead in order to want to eat brains and hurt other people and walk around like this, it just doesn't intrigue me. People coming back from the dead, the resurrection trope I don't mind in general, but as a zombie, no. So vampires easily for me on that one. Okay, love triangles or forbidden love? I've seen both done really, really well, so this is not going to be easy. But I'll probably go with the forbidden love trope. So obviously I feel like this, not obviously necessarily, but I feel like this originated with Romeo and Juliet and that whole thing, the feud with the Montagues and the Capulets and Romeo and Juliet still finding a way to have some kind of a relationship, even though it had a tragic ending. But anyway, we won't spoil that for anyone here. And for those who have not read Romeo and Juliet, which is completely understandable, it's William Shakespeare, it's not easy to read. So yeah, I would say I have to go with Forbidden Love, even though I like both tropes, if they're done well. If either are done terribly, I don't enjoy it, but if they're done well, I do enjoy both. But the reason that I prefer Forbidden Love is because there are so many obstacles that these two lovers need to overcome in order to have this relationship work at all, and I just find that really beautiful. Question 24 is the final question, and I really do appreciate this one. It is full-on romance books or action-packed with a few love scenes, and definitely the latter. I should have done this and this. Full-on romance books or action-packed with a few love scenes, and even though I just gave it away, which one do you think I'm going to go for? I'm going to go for the latter one. Action-packed with a few love scenes. I'm not someone who necessarily loves a romance, although if I am going to read a romance book, then I'm going to go in 9 times out of 10 knowing it's a romance book, and because of that, I'm going to be looking for the romance and looking forward to the romance. But most of the time, I prefer to have a book that has a lot of high action, and if it has to have romance on the side, I might be able to deal with that. So the second one. Mistborn does action really well. Oh yes, they do romance. I do apologize. So the Well of Ascension. This book does this really, really well. This is the mass market version. I am planning on getting the US version. I've already ordered it. It's on the way. I just don't have it right now. So we have to make do with the mass market paperback version. Yeah. Well, Mistborn book 2 in the original Mistborn trilogy, The Well of Ascension does this really, really well. There are high action scenes. There's also there's also a romance that doesn't dominate the book. So it's done really, really well. And that is the end of the Ultimate Book Tag. So this was part 2. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's a longer one than I thought it was going to be, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Hopefully next time when you see me, none of these books attack me, and I'm letting you guys go. Peace, blessings, and so much love. I post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'll see you again soon. Mwah! Thank you so much for watching, and happy reading. Bye guys. Bye.